Well, greetings, subscribers. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. And today I thought I'd do a 30-day review on our GE Profile Opal 2 Nugget Ice Maker. This was the XL version, obviously, with the 1 gallon tank. And I must say, what they said is right. I am definitely drinking more water and eating an awful lot more ice. So a couple little things on this. No problem so far. Very quiet. Does what I wanted it to do as well. So if this ice sits for any period of time, starts melting, it'll just, that sensor will pick that up. It'll just start making ice again. So this is pretty much fresh and full all of the time. And as I had stated on my other video, we're only filling this with filtered water from the refrigerator, so it's kind of getting double filtered. So the ice has been really good, really clean. A couple little things on this that I have noticed: if the ice sits for a while, definitely when you open it up, it can clump together, but it breaks apart very easy because it's basically nugget ice. And the other thing I noticed too is it fills from the back of the bin like this. So right now it's full, it's not making ice, it's not cleaning, it's not doing anything, but this bin is also not completely full. You kind of have to move the ice up here to the front, and this is what we usually do every time like we're in this bin. And then once you close it, it'll go back to making ice and it'll fill the rest of that up. But quite honestly, this thing is filling that bin up so quick that it's not really been an issue. But yeah, enjoying the little cheap scoop that they gave us. We just keep this over in our little Mopar cup. Oh, and speaking of which, we did have one little problem where if this hose gets moved up, like we had something sitting here and the hose got moved up just a little bit and it did not have enough suction power to pull the water in. So it said, you know, add water. So we try to keep this area nice and clean now. The other thing that we have noticed is they included this kind of little drip tray. It doesn't click in, it just kind of slides around the feet. And it's a good thing they do include this, because every time you open this, you can see the amount of water and basically condensation that drops down on this. So we just kind of, every time we use it, pull it, dump it in the sink, kind of put it back. It's not that big of a deal. It's just you know, funny design. If they would have had something underneath this tray to kind of recycle that, but you know, it is what it is. So anyhow, yeah, this is normally kind of the multiple times a day scooping this ice. Again, this stuff is absolutely great, and you do get addicted. Like I said, I probably have doubled or tripled my fluid intake, and I think I've probably damaged one or two more teeth just chewing the ice. Although, you know, it's real soft, crumbles nicely. So yeah, pretty much take everything and pour it in. I mean, it is great. So yeah, it's got that sound too. So anyway, like I said, you can see. But we'll let that fill back up. Do have the app. Not using it. Haven't done any schedules because this thing is pretty much running 24/7. And for the most part, don't even use the ice in the refrigerator. I mean, unless it's like to go or something where you're going to put a lid and you're really not going to be chewing the ice. Or you put the heavy ice on the bottom of like a to-go, you know, to-go container like this. You know, fill it up about this much with either the ice balls or the heavy ice, and then put just, you know, a layer of this good ice on top of it, the nugget stuff, and it's a nice little blanket, and it actually stays pretty cold. So yeah, there you go. You know, I'll pop back on in another, you know, month or two and see how the thing's doing, see how it's going. I did have an idea of maybe purchasing another one of these tanks, and for looks, putting it over here and just putting a splitter on the hose and getting 2 gallons of water, you know, on tap, ready to go. But it's not that big of a deal. It uses less than a gallon to fill this up. So get, I think, maybe about 2 or 3 bins from this tank. So there's plenty, and you can pull this up and refill it, put it back on while this thing is still doing its thing. Other than that, I did notice that maybe it was time or the amount of cycles or how much ice it put out. This thing did go into a cleaning mode on its own. So I let it do that. I pulled the hose. I drained the tank. And I filled it back up again. Closed the bin, and it went right back to making ice. So I give it a thumbs up.